One day I was just laying in my bed by myself, and one day I heard a voice call out to me, and I asked who it was, and it was a feminine voice. She said, "My name's Abraxas." I asked, "Who are you again?" She said, "I'm an angel." Forgot exactly what Abraxas told me. Abraxas told me the future, every event that eventually came to be. So that's one way I knew it was a spirit. So the name Abraxas was never a name that I heard before. Eventually I kept on hearing this name in my dreams and in my thoughts, believing it was an angel, and I went to look it up myself what the name Abraxas meant one day when I was in college. And I discovered that Abraxas was actually the name of an archdemon. Anything the second in command of hell underneath Satan, Lucifer. In the Gnostic traditions, Abraxas is even above Lucifer and is the god in some cases. Abraxas then continued to speak to me even after I discovered that what I believed was an angel actually was a demon. Though in reality and retrospect, the moniker angel is correct because Abraxas was indeed an angel but a dark one. Abraxas would taunt me in my head in college, constantly listening to my thoughts and telling me how I was not gonna succeed in my task. In retrospect, I don't know if the first meaning of Abraxas was indeed Abraxas. It may have just been an imposter spirit, and I may have been tormented by random various spirits at the same time, and not Abraxas. But it's not something I'm able to tell right now. I can't figure that out. Throughout college, Abraxas would continue to torment me, and then introduce Abaddon into my life. Abaddon and Abraxas are these spirits that would call themselves. Abaddon and Abraxas would torment me in college, listening to my thoughts and interacting with me, constantly telling me I was a failure, that I was worthless, and that my mission was always going to fail. And all led up to a point where I made a cult in college. This was before all that. But the cult consisted of 3 people, 2 of my disciples, and of course me. The supposed prophet, the supposed watcher, the angel in the man's body. I called one of my friends, we were parallel to another cult at my job. One of which was my boss. Others were co-workers, former and present, and relatives of other people in that cult. There were 2 cults going on simultaneously, and I believe one person in the other cult was a prophet herself. I believed it was my duty to make her know or true destiny, or at least what I believed it was to be. Perhaps to even join forces. I believed that I was supposed to lead these members of my cult. They're to be an aid to me in my quest to save humanity, as I believe was brought onto me by God, my destiny, the reason why I was an angel king, the reason why I had the human form with the soul of an angel, or at least so I believe that to be. It all culminated to a point where I made a certain mistake, a lapse in my judgment, or at least so it seemed. I believe an angel spoke to me and told me to tell my disciples something that happened, something that wasn't true, but I believed it to be true. That event led to her eventual decline in trust and hatred towards me, and disintegration of the cult, and the disintegration of what I believe to be my task. I believe I had failed is where I was told, where I was reminded that I was the Ararat. It was a text. It is something that was prophesied. That the explanation of my being was to be misspelled. It's a misspelling of another word. Ararat. Like Mount Ararat. But it's actually pronounced Ararat. Because it's an entirely different word in an entirely different language. Perhaps angelic, perhaps meaning sacrifice. It's unknown to me now, and may never have truly been known. I used past life regressions to figure out the meaning of the name. Perhaps it was a sacrifice, and perhaps it wasn't angelic, but at this present time, it's unknown. Anyway, the decline of the cult led to my question of who I was, the Ararat, the Angel King prophecy, the man with the body, with the soul of an angel. Everything changed. Abraxas would laugh at me. Abraxas would condemn me, constantly getting in my head with a baton, or who believes I believe was a baton, telling me about my failures, telling me about how a witch was gonna kill me, telling me how the prophetess believed I was a fraud before. I believed I had a destiny to save the world, and I had failed. I failed everyone. I failed God. I failed all the angels. This is, of course, in combination with my belief that me, former cherub turned seraph, along with the other prophet, who I believe was a prophet, the other cherub, combated Lucifer, one who was conceived and believed to be a cherub, and my revelation was actually a seraph. I helped, or at least I believed I helped, throw him out of heaven in the battle that ensued. I would then go on a covert mission myself to infiltrate hell. as what I believed to be a fallen angel myself. But I wasn't. I just played that part so I could get close to Lucifer and kill him myself. For that action is why I was condemned to be the angel in a man's body, the prophet, or at least the supposed prophet, the supposed man in the angel's body, or the supposed angel in the man's body. All this led to an end. The desire to end this and to fulfill my destiny. I no longer had a desire. All I wanted to do was live. Because I believed the prophet was angry with me. And there was a witch and that God in my own life.